Hello friends, today in this tutorial I'll be showing you that how to implement error handling inside your React.js applications. So sometimes there are various components out there inside React.js. So you need to implement the error handling inside React.js. So for that we have this important concept of error boundary. So basically if you see here, error boundary existed in the earlier versions of React as well, but React 18 makes it really easy to implement. So error boundaries are nothing but it's a special kind of React classes which makes it easier to display errors inside your React.js components. So let's suppose you have thousands of components inside your application, and whenever you run the application, it crashes. So it becomes very much difficult to catch that component which created that error. So one such example that I will be showing you, that you can see that we have two components inside this. The first one is running properly and the second one is showing the error here. Something went wrong in the component. So you can see that in the app.js we are calling the first user component, which is pretty much fine. The username value is fine here, Gautam. You can see we are comparing it. If the username is equal to Kane here, in that case we need to throw a new error. And in the second user component we are passing the username value to be Kane here. So this value matches this if condition, so that's why we are throwing a new error. So this error is caught by error boundary class here, and basically this is returning this template which is something went wrong in the component. You can also change this message, some error occurred in the component or due to invalid username. So you can just customize your message depending upon how you like to display it. So you can see that some occurred in the comment due to invalid username. So depending upon your application, you can customize the message. So in the earlier versions of React, these errors will not be displayed in the DOM when you were developing it, but React 18 has solved this problem, so they are allowing this to display error messages in the development phase also. And if you inspect element in the console also, you will see error occurred inside the component. You will also see some more information inside this object as well, on which line number the error has taken place. So all this information is shown to you. So this makes it very much easy to debug applications of React.js. So as you develop your applications in various components, so it makes it very much easy to detect errors using this error boundary. So let's start building it from scratch. So I will delete this code here. So I have written all the source code, uh, given all the source code in the description of the blog post, guys. So if you want to get all the source code, you can go to the description of the live stream. So now let me write this from scratch. So now we have, you can see that, let me, hello world app here. So basically if we refresh it, you will see a hello world message is printed out. So this is a brand new React.js application. So now to implement this error handling using error boundary, we need to first of all create a component, which just create a user component, user.js, and just create a functional component. So basically here we will be getting a prop which will be called as username inside curly brackets. So here we will be having a simple if condition. If username is triple equal to, you can just put any name of your choice. Let's suppose now I put here Williamson. So in that case we need to throw a error, throw new error, something went wrong with username, like this. So if all it passes, we will display the username. That's it. So now you can see that this is the, we are checking for the username. If the username is equal to this username, which is Williamson, then we are throwing a new error. Something went wrong with username. This is a message. Now we need to include this component. So we will import this. So import user from user. and here we will be calling this component which is user. We will pass the username prop to be, let's suppose we pass here first of all like Gautam. This is a valid username here. If you refresh it, now the username will be displayed here. So no error will be there because we have the username is not equal to this value. So successfully this is displaying here. The error is not thrown. So let's suppose we provide a username which has got this value which is called as Williamson. If I provide now user, the username value is, let's suppose, Williamson. So in that case, guys, what will happen now? The whole application will crash. You will now see the error message will not show in the DOM, but in the console, you will now see something went wrong with username. You can see that. So this is not the actual behavior that we want inside production application. So the user must see the output of the correct component. This is the first component. The user must see the message, and they will they I need to implement the error message for the second component. So the user uh, get to know that the second component has got some error. So now to do this process, guys, we need to implement the concept of error boundary. So for this, we will create a new class which is error boundary. You can just name this anything, but for the concept, we are naming it as error boundary.js. So once again, we will import React and component library from React. So first of all, hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well, guys. So this will be a class level component, error boundary, which will be extending the component. So here we will be exporting that export default error boundary. So here we will have the render method. We can return something here. Let's suppose error boundary like this. Now we need to include this component. So we will include this from error boundary. So basically, guys, now inside this, we need to wrap this error boundary in between the components that we have, all the components. So just wrap like this. So how many components you have? Thousands of components. You just need to wrap inside this error boundary like this. So now inside this, guys, what we need to do is that there are two methods which are there inside, which makes it, which makes a class called as error boundary. If you also search on Google, you will get to know what I'm talking about. Error boundary methods in React. So there are just two methods here which allows you to catch the methods. First is get derived state from error, and second is component did catch. So get derived state from error, guys, basically whenever the error occurs, we need to make this attribute has error to true, and then we can render out a template based upon which message you want to return to the component. So let me just show you how it is done. We will have first of all the constructor. Here the properties will be passed. So we will call super props. So here, guys, we will be, what we will be doing here, we will be declaring a simple state variable, this dot state, and inside this we will have has error, which will be by default will be false because we are assuming that no error has taken place when we load the application for the very first time. So after this, we will now write the first method, which will called as get derive. If you just see here, the method name will be, if you see, this is a static method. So it's a static method of the class get derive state from error. So here the error will be passed here as an argument, and inside this, here we need to make that has error variable to true because the error has taken place. So we need to make it true. So the method name is, you can just see here. Uh, Sorry, this needs to be curly brackets, not parentheses. So the method name is, you can see that guys, the get derived state from error. This is a method, and based upon this guys, we can just now do this process. First of all, we can check in the if condition if this dot state dot has error. If it's equal to true, then in that case we can show this error message that something went wrong inside the component, like this. So now if you refresh the page here guys, web page, what will happen now? You can now see if I reload this, inspect element, let me see, let nothing has shown inside this. This is inside render method. So here we are comparing it. And also one more thing guys, after you do this, after this return statement, we also need to show the rest of the children. Children mean you have wrapped this error boundary in all the components. So let's suppose error occurs inside this component. We need to show the rest of the components as well. So rest of the children in this case. So here we can access those this dot props dot children. So just write this line. And now if you see here, something went wrong inside the component. So this message is printed out. As we have wrapped this error boundary in all the components here, so let's any one of the component which is generating the error, it will not, it will prevent rendering the other component. So this is not the ideal case because you can see the error has occurred in this component, the second component, but we are not showing the first one. It is preventing it from showing it the first one, which is obviously correct. So this is not right in the production level application. So what we can do is that we can even do like this, wrap individually like this. So if you make like this, individually wrap error boundary inside the component, so this makes it easy. So whichever is the correct component will be shown, and whichever it contains the error will contain the error message. You will now see. First one is correct, so it is showing properly. And the second one is generating the problem. And let's suppose I have another component here. So this time I pass John. So this will again be correct. You can now see. So if you have thousands of components, I will highly recommend that you wrap them individually so that you can correctly see which component is generating the problem in the production application, and then you can go to that individual component and change the things that you have written. So I think it's a very good concept in React.js which allows you to detect any sort of error before going to production. And you can now you can have as many components as you want, just wrap them inside error boundary like this. Samuels, you can now see something went wrong, something went wrong, Sam. So this is, you can see that this is the overall concept guys. So the second method which allows, which component did catch, so this is the second method after this static one, component did catch. So this contains the error and the info. So here you can console log this, the actual error and the actual information about the error. You can also display it on the screen, but I'm just displaying it on the console. So what it will do is that if you inspect element, go to console, it will tell you this something went wrong with username. This is the actual error here. You can see that. So it will also provide you an individual object which will tell you more information about it. So this is all about error boundary inside the React 18, guys. So hopefully you will got understand the concept of error handling inside React 18 using error boundary. So please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and also comment on this video. And I will be seeing you in the next live stream. Some questions are there. Can this not be done using functional component? No, error boundary must has to be class level component. It doesn't have to be functional component. How would this be possible in Next.js since it's pages? Yeah, Next.js, I don't know. Next.js is a, I will make a separate video for this, but in React.js, the modern React 18, this is a way by which you can detect errors in individual components. It looks similar like projection in Angular. Yeah, I didn't know content projection, so yeah, if you have known Angular error handling, so yeah. Some more questions, guys, if you want to ask, you can ask in the comment section which live streams you want to see in the future. I will try to uh, bring those live streams. Just give me some topics on which of the applications you want to study. Then I will highly able to do it. I show you the website traffic. It's bringing me a lot of gain here. Today's traffic has also increased, so it is looking quite good. If you see here, uh, yesterday, I think the helpful content update is just, I think it will be releasing tomorrow. You can see now in the last 7 days, it is rapidly increasing the traffic, 10% increase. You can see that. So I'm hoping that that update will not affect my website and this traffic will be increasing. Thank you. Would you love to see Astro? What is Astro? I don't know Astro. It's a programming language or awesome work you are doing live sessions in the night. Thanks. AstroJS. Oh, AstroJS. Let me see. Okay, I will look inside this. Just read the documentation and try to make a video on this. If you know that Google has also released a new language called as Carbon. It's a successor to C++. Uh, if you just see here, many people are saying that C++ will be dead in the future. So I don't know, but so you can see, basically it's an experiment. It is not in production. Google is just checking to improve the state of C++ developers, but C++ developers are saying that this is a wrong choice by Google. It will destroy the all the existing projects, but I found it very interesting, so I will also make it a video as well. Carbon listing is going to be popular. Yeah, I also think so. The only good thing that came out Google is probably Flutter. Yeah, many tech companies which are that is React is run by Facebook, Google is run by Carbon is run by Google, Flutter is run by Google. So all this uh, major tech companies which are running these languages is playing important role. So my main stack is I know Node.js, Express, JavaScript, Python, PHP, and also I love React.js. I do have little experience in Angular, but I'm looking forward to learn Vue.js. I think that Vue.js will be my important priority because I love its syntax, its simplicity. Is Express still relevant these days or fastified? Uh, there are various frameworks which are in competition to Express. There is Fastify, there is Cova.js, and there are many ones, but Express is still popular among various Node.js developers. Whenever there is a need to develop web application, Express is the best option. .NET minimal API. Yeah, also .NET I am looking forward to build videos on. It's totally .NET is a great option if you're looking for only building for Microsoft, but still it's a great job option, and the competition for .NET videos are pretty good. So can you tell me the quality of the live stream, how it is looking, how is the sound quality? If the quality, did you quit your job? No, I am full-time blogger and YouTuber. I don't do any sort of job. So I'm a full-time YouTuber, and so I love this creating content for the public and creating tutorials, writing blog posts. So this drives me crazy, and I see this growth inside blogging and YouTube. Is the income from YouTube good enough to sustain? Yeah, I'm doing both, so that's why it's good to sustain. But you can see persons which are doing only YouTube also is million in million is earning a good amount of money. Glad that you found what you love. Yeah, obviously in life you need to do only the work that you love. Don't compromise on something that you are not love to do. Where you post your blogs, I have this. This is the Coding Shiksha channel here, so it has its own website, codingshiksha.com. So this is a blog website, and it contains, you can see that this is my photo here. 7,000, about 7,000 articles are published, and I'm writing on a daily basis. So you can see the traffic on that website. This is live traffic. You uploaded 17K. No, this is 7,000 blog posts and 1,700 videos. Doing great for the software community. Thanks, bro, for doing it. So if you haven't clicked the like button, guys, only 3 likes are there. So please hit the like button as well. Share this live stream. Yeah, I 7,000, and this is 1,700 videos. Yeah, I write blog post every day. Whenever I get a chance, I write it 10, 20 blog post straight. Whenever I am in mood, so I can write 20, 30 blog posts straight in a full day. And in good days, I can even write 100 blog posts as well in one day. So whenever I in good mood, so for writing it, I just do the keyword research quickly and write it. So guys, if you're joining it for the very first time, we have discussed here how to uh, error boundaries inside React 18 to show error messages inside your React components. So this is the live chat. I'm doing it for the subscribers. If you have questions, you can ask in the comment section. You can go to codingshiksha.com and read all the blog posts which are there. Just go to the website and read anywhere after this live stream ends. And there are a lot of useful blog post applications that I have shared. So you can see how popular is this website. Traffic is rapidly going up. So This is the AdSense for that website. Yesterday you can see $4 were made. This is this month 41, and you can see that. I think you would need to get more views to get a lot of money on YouTube. I don't think so, because in this programming niche, you can make a lot of money using less views as well, because it's a technology niche. So advertiser friendly niches, programming is a advertiser friendly niche. So you can make around $2-3 per thousand views also. So most of the traffic comes from India, 41%. And also I get a lot of traffic from all over the world, such as US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. So all it adds up. So I don't think so that eh, not a lot of people do programming. So only few people do programming. So that's why CPC rates are very high on videos on programming.